Hey everybody, welcome back. We have a new knife for 2024 in the Hogue Knives Collector Series. Oh, proudly made in the USA. Now this one's fun. I had to wrestle, you can see the box, it's all damaged and dinged up. I had to wrestle this one from Neil himself. No, I'm just kidding. I picked this up at Blade Show West. This is what they had. These were prototypes. Here's an example of the label on the prototype one. You can see the numbers, the 24490 LIM. This is the Hogue Mysto. And this one is in CPM MagnaCut and a tumbled titanium frame. So handles, all that good stuff. This one's been opened. We're going to take a peek at this. Now, I know they have a few little fun ones coming for 2024, and this is one of them. Now, a really cool thing about the Collector Series, you still get some Poison for the Trolls. Shout out to Floss. Now, you get a cool Hogue Collector Series card. This is the model, the Mysto. This is number 13. So that's kind of cool. They're labeled limited edition, cutting instrument, curated and crafted in the USA with premium materials. Welcome to the Collector Series. Now, I do want to get one of their counter strikes in the carbon fiber. That'll be a goal moving forward. But pretty cool that they include this stuff. It just makes it feel kind of next level when you're getting into a little bit spendier knives and overall goodness. Now, you do get, of course, a Hogue knife sticker in the box. You get some information, caution, knives are sharp, how to maintenance your knives, the Hogue knives, a limited warranty, customer satisfaction. I've had good interaction with their customer service. Still have that weird thing going on with the Mini Ritter, but we'll talk about that in a different video as we have. But I love the fact that these makers are doing stitched, embroidered, zippered pouches, especially when you're looking at collector knives. Of course, this one, nice padding on the inside, half nylon, half polyester, made in Mexico, where the avocados come from. Avocados. I probably can't sing it. They'd be like, oh, copyright. But look at these gorgeous titanium scales. Now, me personally, I have to say right off the top, this is a heavy-duty knife in comparison. It feels heavy. The titanium's nice and thick. You get that scale milled right into it. So you do have a little bit of the information on the, or not information, but a little bit of the inset on the liners. I don't know if you can see that too well. We'll try to, there we go. Get a little bit better look for you right there. But this has the super strong and updated Able Lock, ambidextrous bar lock enhanced, created by Hogue Knives and Doug Ritter. Now, this one, I didn't get too much information. It is a, in-house design. There is a little logo on there, so I'm going to need to follow up with them. Now, these literally go on the market for pre-order, I believe live on their website, January 19th. It's a Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific. So they have two blade shapes. They have a different one, a little more of a drop point. This one's kind of a, it's like a modified clip point. They call it a clip point on the box, but you can see obviously it's a little bit different. They do have the red barrel studs or barrel spacers and red thumb studs, which is pretty cool. You can see the design on those. It's a similar looking design, which is like on the Deca for a thumb stud. So you're going to be very familiar with the feel and the action of that. And I will say overall, I mean, this one's smooth, right? It's a tad to the show side, just a tad. I have not taken it apart. I have not tightened it, loosened it, anything like that. So this is how it came from them. I do have to say I like the texture on the titanium. The milling patterns really give it a really good feel, does not make it slippery whatsoever, and it's not overly aggressive where it's going to tear up your pocket, anything like that. They do have that kind of deep carry clip on there, has a little bit sitting up, but it would be cool if they milled down the clip so the screws were kind of inset, so they were flush with the scale, but a lot of knives have them. That's how it goes. We're used to that. You can see a little bit of the detailing, milling work, similar to the look on the thumb studs on the pivot. So that's pretty cool as well. And I put it there, but thumb studs, Able Lock, all kind of have that same milling. So that's kind of cool. Goes throughout the knife. Beautiful overall titanium. Now, the blade itself, 3.25 inches long, made out of that CPM MagnaCut by Hogue here in the USA. You can see the MagnaCut markings right there. Now, we're going to need to look at overall length. We're also going to need to look at the weight of this one. So let's go ahead. Let's get out our scale. Now, you can check a link in the description. It's just a link to Hogue's Knives website. Since when I'm making this video and posting it, it is not up on the website at all. But that'll take you to where you can sign up for their email notification newsletter, and you'll know exactly when it comes out, when it's ready to go. So this one, 3.55 ounces. It's a good weight. Like I said, you're going to get a good feel for it when it's in the hand. And it's not too handle heavy. You know, it's a little handle heavy, I would say. But overall, like that's kind of your balance point right there. So it is a little handle heavy, but I would rather it be handle heavy than blade heavy. And we've talked about that in some of the live streams. But overall, you know, I'm for 20 plus years, I've carried a Benchmade 940 Osborne, and this has that kind of feel to it. We'll look at one of my newest favorite Osbornes in comparison here real quick, but I wanted to get an overall length on this one for you. Since we know the length, we're going to get out our handy dandy little tape measure here, and we're just going to set it aside here. We're going to take a peek. It is just shy of 8 inches. So we're looking at like 7 7/8 overall in full length. And so your handles are going to be, you know, that 4 and just shy. I mean, we're just, depends on how you measure on the curve, just shy of 4.5. So probably 4.4 inches long in the handle. Of course, 3 1/4 in the blade, you're set. So you're 7.75, 7.8 inches overall in length. I like this. It functions well. It just feels like a really good folder. Something to add to your collection. Now, this is going to be in that like mid to upper 300 level when you're talking about price. I don't know if they're going to offer it just through Hogue, which it sounds like that's what they're going to launch originally, but then it is going to go to the dealers. So the dealers will have the Hogue Collector Series. So you have to look at your favorite dealer for that and move forward. Now, we got 3.5 as the ounce for the weight. We got the overall length as well. We got the blade length, but how does it compare to your favorite Hogue knife? So one of the ones that were my favorites, and I have just probably over a half a dozen of these at least, are the Hogue Deca. Alan Leischwitz design, made, of course, by Hogue in the USA. A good folder. How does it compare? So you can see overall like blade shape. So when you get some of that like, you know, drop point, things like that, when you're looking at those moving forward, you're like, okay, I can see how this is, you know, a little more stretched out. You know, you go from your G Mascus to a titanium milled handle. You can understand a little bit of the price increase, of course. Do I think it's a little high? It's a little high, but it's in the collector series. I understand it. Is it freakishly high? No. I think we've had freakishly high from some other knives, and we know and hope to see better. But maybe you're like, hey, I don't have Hogue knives. I don't have, you know, anything in comparison, but I do have like maybe a Doug Ritter knife. And this could be Benchmade's version, Hogue's version. This is the mini RSK, or similar to the mini Griptilian. So you can see in size-wise what that's going to give you a comparison. Overall, of course, it's going to be a little bit thicker in the handle, but that's a good size comparison on the mini. I love this, by the way. I don't know why people don't like the blue G Mascus, but, you know, Doug gave us that information. It's one of the lowest sellers, so I don't know. But maybe you got a Spyderco, and you're like, hey, I got a pair 3. How does this compare? Because I want to get one of these in hand. I haven't had a chance to go to a show. That's your comparison right there for a Spyderco pair 3. This is the lightweight version. Shout out to Cutlery Shop on that. Good people there. Now, maybe you're like, it really looks like a bug out from Benchmade. Maybe I have a Benchmade. I want to compare it size-wise. There's your comparison. So a little bit longer in the blade, a little bit longer in the handle, a little bit more ergonomics. It's going to be, you know, not as tall of a handle on the scales. But I'm really interested to see that new drop point version. I saw it on their post, and I was like, oh, man, I got to check that one out. So Hopefully they'll have that. We'll have it on for SHOT Show. And this is a comparison. Titanium, custom shop, Benchmade 940 Osborne. You guys want to see it, so that's why it's on here. And of course, you can see size-wise, comparison overall. Different Tonto-esque shapes of blades. Different handle, not much ergonomics through here, but this is the one that I've loved and carried for over 20 years, this design, the 940 Osborne. But this Hogue Mysto, I don't know. It's had some good time. I like the deep carry clip. I like the sturdy, heavy feel of the scales. And it's only 3.5 ounces overall, but it gives you a lot better, I don't know. In my opinion, it's just one of those, you get one that's blade heavy and you open it, or you go to open it and it's like, it just has that intention of wanting to fall out. This is sturdy. It's in your hand, especially being a little bit thinner, slender of a handle. I like it. So overall, that's what it is. It's the Hogue Mysto. It's new, 2024 Collector Series. What are your thoughts on this one? Leave a comment below. Is it something you want to add to your collection? Let me know if you want to see something else. I know they have some new hunting series knives out from Hogue. I'm going to go check in with them at SHOT Show, and we'll see some of our favorite friends there. We'll do a little video. We'll get some of their new products up, and maybe we'll see a prototype or two. Let's see what we can find. All right, you guys, make sure, do me a favor. Make sure to hashtag DSKFS. Do something kind for someone. Have an awesome rest of your day, but most importantly, take care.